Greetings, greetings, greetings to all of my loved ones. Welcome back to another episode of Healing Wisdom with me, your favorite, realest, sexiest spiritual advisor, Empress Oracle. On behalf of Starseed Galactic Federation, I have been given access to this knowledgeable information from my Akashic records for the purpose of helping humanity. This information has been given directly to me as a divine channel, and any use and or reproduction of this information without the proper acknowledgement or accreditation from where it was received will result in instant karma for the plagiarizing parties and or individuals. And so it is. So, you saw the title, Don't Look Back. So we're going to talk about it. Unfortunately, we're currently in a time where a lot of people are in the throes of what I call self-sabotage. They are purposely missing their blessings or intentionally missing their blessings out of self-sabotage, whether they realize it at the time or not. And the reason why I say that is because, as I always say, many are called, but few are chosen. And the reason for this is, of course, everybody has a divine purpose. Everybody has a life purpose. Nobody is here just for shits and giggles, just to live life. Okay? Everybody has something that they are called to do here on this earth. Some people call those their natural gifts, talents, abilities, whatever you want to call it. Their genius, their niche. Everybody has something. However, there are people who are afraid to succeed or afraid of failure. And what you have to understand is, in order to succeed, you must first fail. But when you willingly and knowingly go back to something that you know can cause you pain, destruction, and basically disseminate all that you have built for yourself, when you go back to the past, when you look back to the things that broke you, to the things that had you feeling in a low negative energy or a low vibration, that is self-sabotage, because you know better. So many times, so many of us, we pray to get out of situations. We ask God, we say, Lord, if you just do this favor for me. Come on. You ask God for so many things. You ask God for a miracle in your life. You say you want to change. You pray every night and ask God to change your life, put you in a better situation. And once He brings you out of the storm and you start heading on your path, so many times people look back, because the devil, of course, is going to bring people, places, situations, hell, even things back in your path to taunt you. And what we don't really realize is that that is a test to see, are you truly prepared for what you have been asking God for? Are you truly prepared for what you've been manifesting with the universe? You've been working with Source, with the divine, with the universe, God, Allah, whatever you believe in, your higher source. You've been praying, you've been asking for a change, for a miracle. And as soon as you start getting on that good path, that path of righteousness is what we're going to call it, the path of righteousness, to where you can feel good about the things that you've done. You can feel good about the hard work that you've put into yourself. As soon as the devil dangles that little carrot, whatever it may be, or whoever it may be, all of a sudden you forget how hard you've worked. You forget all the trauma that person, place, or thing caused you. All because, a lot of times it's because of ego. So many times people look back just because of their ego. They go back to the hood after they done made about the hood because of their ego. They want to flex. They want to shit on niggas. And a lot of times that can cost them their life. How many times have we heard about celebrities, especially rappers, trying to flex, going back to the hood, feeling like, oh, I'm good, I'm big now, they're not going to touch me, and losing their life. Right when they're on the brink of major success. Right when they're on the brink of making history. Right? Biggie Smalls once said, you're nobody till somebody kills you. And unfortunately, those words were a self-fulfilling prophecy for him. But also, let that be a lesson for those who have ears to listen. Right? A lot of times people get posthumous notoriety because as they're on the brink of success, they get into their ego and they go back. They look back to things that no longer serve them, the things that they prayed their way up out of. They go back because of their ego. And then all of their hard work is only recognized in death, Whereas they could have lived a long, fulfilling life and grown even bigger than the name that they carry in death. But the world will never know all of what they're truly capable of. Stop letting people steal your gifts. Stop letting people steal your lives. Stop letting people steal your shine. Stop looking back. It's a story as old as man. Because even in the Bible, in Genesis 19, verse 1 through 38, there's the story of Lot and his wife. I know you guys have heard the story, or if you have not, there was once a place called Sodom and Gomorrah. And that place, basically, if you add New Orleans, Vegas, LA, Atlanta, all the hot spots, all the places where people go to let their hair down, hedonism in Jamaica, everywhere. If you combine all those together, that was Sodom and Gomorrah, where you can go and just fulfill every illicit fantasy that you ever thought of, right? And God sent his angels to Lot and said, take your family and leave. Skedaddle. I see how hard you've worked. You have my favor. You're one of my chosen ones. Leave this place. Leave this place now. And when you go, make sure you don't look back. There's nothing left here for you anymore. Lot knew God wasn't fucking around. Okay, because when you're a child of God and you go through different tests and testimonies, you know when you hear God's voice. It comes a point in time where you know, okay, this is it. This is a one-stop shop. I have one chance. I'm going to get this right. Lot told his daughters, right? He gave everybody a choice. God said you could take whoever with you want to go with you. He gave everybody a choice. And a lot of people, hey, because of fear, because they felt inadequate, whatever the fuck their reasons were, they decided that they didn't want to go. So Lot took his 2 daughters and his wife, right? And he told them, he said, all right now, my father said we can't look back. We got to go because this shit about to blow. We got to go. And he told me, he said, whatever you do, don't look back. Whatever you do, don't look back. There's nothing back here for us anymore. Our future is ahead of us. There's no need for us to look back. So they got the fuck on. And as they're leaving, what did his wife do? She looked back. And what happened to her? She turned to a pillar of salt. Simple, just like that. And the moral of the point of that story, I wrote this down, y'all. The moral of the point of that story is when God tells you to move away from things that are harmful or destructive to you or the will of God, which is basically doing what's right, having integrity, and you disobey, you negate your opportunity to be blessed and will fall into the path of destruction. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all, y'all. I don't know what else to tell you. Straight up. And if you didn't understand what I'm saying, I'm going to re-say it so you can understand. I'm going to put it in more layman's terms so that everybody can understand. When God tells you, leave all that past bullshit behind you and get the fuck on, and you don't get the fuck on, you sitting there, woe is me, thinking, oh, I wonder what Bobby's doing. Let me go sneak and see what's going on. Let me just go visit. Let me go tiptoe in right quick. I'm just going to be real quick, 5 minutes in and out. I'm just going to talk to him and see what's going on. You fuck yourself up. You lose your blessings. Sometimes you lose your life. That's what that means. We have to understand that. You put yourself into the path of destruction. It could be physical destruction, mental, spiritual, emotional. Who knows? Is it really worth the risk in this day and age where everybody seems to have lost their plumb mind? It's really not worth the risk. Why would you want to go back to something that had nothing good to store that had nothing good in store for you, that held no value to you, that only brought you down, that you were depressed every day, wishing you were somewhere else? Why would you go back? It's not that serious. It's not that serious to look back. You don't have anybody to stunt on. When you keep moving forward and God blesses you, they'll see it. You'll shine like Batman, like the bat signal. Everybody will see you. You don't have to worry about that. Right? That's self-sabotage, because you never know. You never know that one look back can cost you your life. And also too, like I always say, when you disobey your calling, when you know you are called to do something, when you know you have a higher purpose, When you know God put a purpose in your life and you know you have one and you disobey that, you're disobeying your Father, right? That's a sin. The wages of sin is death. That's Romans 6, verse 23. Because I don't want y'all to think I'm just pulling shit out my ass. So go ahead and look it up for yourself. The wages of sin is death. I didn't make that rule up. I didn't make it up. I'm just repeating as I was taught. I am just repeating what I have seen. I am repeating what I have experienced. And death is not always just a physical death. Death can be a mental death, right? It can be an emotional death. It can be a spiritual death. Because you know, the pride always go before the fall. Yeah. So you're going to get torn down in every type of which way after you've worked so hard to build yourself up. Why would you want to do that? It's bad enough that we have people out here in the world that always try to knock us down, you know, that always make us feel like we're taking one step forward, two steps back. Why would you do that to yourself? Ask yourself that question. If you continue to do that, if you continue to commit suicide on a regular basis, because that's what that is, that's suicide. You committing suicide. Are you suicidal? You need help. You need God. You need to pray. You need to sit down, take a time out, and reevaluate and ask yourself, why do you do these things? And you need to just be real with yourself. Just keep 100. Don't nobody else got to know. Have a talk with yourself. Be like, self. Self could be like, Be like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Just be honest with yourself. You can even do it in your head. Nobody has to hear. If you feel like you too hard, you too tough, nobody's too tough. Nobody's too tough. Everybody dies. But wouldn't you rather live your life to its fullest, highest potential, being your best self, instead of constantly having to go over and over again and learn the same lessons over and over again? A lot of times we do it to ourselves. I know I do. But now I know better, and those who know better do better. And you always must pay it forward, because that is how you teach others not to make the same mistakes as you, right? We have so many people. They made a show called Walking Dead. It's probably, I've never seen it, but it's probably based off of half these motherfuckers out here, right? These soulless individuals who have already died. They are the Walking Dead because they already look back. God gave them a way out. God gave them a big break, whether it was a college education, whether it was fame and fortune, right? But instead of being content with that and putting all their energy and their focus into that, what God blessed them with, they rather look back. They still wanna be popping in the hood. They still want to be popular. They still give a fuck about what other people think about them. They're worried about the past, about, oh, so-and-so who used to bully me in 7th grade. I need to go back. They need to see me now. I'm gonna go stunt on that bitch. It's never that fucking serious. You guys are worried about the wrong things. Instead of always trying to check somebody else, check yourself. Check yourself. When you feel that ego flaring up, sometimes you have to check yourself. It's so many times where I could have done things to people. I could have got the big chest, the big head, and swelled up on people. Because after I took myself out of predicament that I put myself in or they put me in, and I was in a better place, I could have went back and physically shit on their ass. No pun intended, because that's nasty. But I'm saying. But I didn't. Because then that would undo all the hard work that I've done for myself. You have to kill that ego before that ego kills you. That's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. That's the problem. Kill your ego before your ego kills you. I coined that quote. It's mine. So if you use it, it's mine. Thank you. All right. Don't sacrifice your soul, your minds, your ethics, your standards, or progress in order to fit in or to stunt on somebody. It's never that serious. Let your work speak for itself. That's the best way. That is the best way. I repeat, that is the best way to stunt on somebody. Let the proof be in the pudding. Don't go back. Don't look back. There's nothing back there that you want. There's nothing back there for you. Because a lot of times people end up getting stuck, right? You have that ex that you want to be with. You say, I'm going to go back one more time. Let me go have some goodbye sex. And then goodbye turns into 18 years of bullshit. Goodbye turns into them killing you right? And a crime of passion. Goodbye turns into them beating your ass and maiming you, and now you're not as beautiful as you once were before because they done cut your face. I don't know who that's for. But yeah, it's time for us to check ourselves. Don't look back, guys. I love you all. Please heed my words. It's coming from the heart. I love you all, guys. Take care and have a wonderful day. And if you have not cast a free vote for me for Ink Magazine, please do. It's on my Instagram and it's on my TikTok. The link is in the bio. Later.